I can stack them hundreds to the roof. I ain't stopping till they stack to the moon. Without me, my family wouldn't have food. Anybody go against me gotta lose.
What is up, guys? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Today, I've got a short podcast for you, but it is important. You guys hear me talk all the time about the two most important skills to make money. One of them is sales. The other one is leadership/management. You have to have those two skills. Absolutely must have those two skills if you plan on making six figures or more. It is a must. I don't know one person on the face of the earth that can't at least operate functionally with those two skills that make six figures. It just doesn't happen. Are there people that probably do? Sure. I'm sure there's extreme craftsmen out there that are artists and people who have a special skill set that most of us don't have. So for us, we have to learn these skills. I get a ton of questions, and I would say 80% of the questions are the same two questions. The first most popular question is, Andy, how do I deal with haters? How do I deal with people that don't believe in me? How do I deal with people who discourage me? Blah, 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 blah. Look, I address that lots of times. Today, I'm going to address the second most popular question. It's actually a question that I addressed with my team at Sunday night's all-company meeting. And also, I have one of my cousins who is really working hard to get his life together in terms of business and his career. And he's been texting me all this information about how he could become better at sales. Today, I'm going to give you the two tips that will take all the awkwardness, all the weirdness, all the pressure, all the anxiety, and push it aside so that you can become an effective person when it comes to sales, okay? So first off, I'm going to talk about the one thing that you can do, and then I'm going to give you an exercise that you can do in real life that most of you won't fucking do because most of you just want to talk about it and you don't want to be about it, all right? But I'm going to give it to you anyway. Here's the first thing. The first thing you have to realize when it comes to sales is you have to be able to audit what your intent is, okay? Your intent as a salesperson should be to provide a solution to help someone with a product, a service, or a solution that solves a problem for them, all right? And that is the biggest problem when it comes to sales because most people, when they think of sales, they think of the slick back hair, cheap suit, cheesy salesman who comes in with some slick lingo and, manipulates his way into a sale. And guys, I'm telling you, this is what separates great salespeople from mediocre salespeople. If you've ever had a great sale in your life, if you've ever done a great job selling something in your life, you know that the best sales that you've made have been the ones that were the easiest. And the reason they were the easiest is because your intent was aligned with what you're trying to do, which is solve a problem. You weren't worried about how much you were going to get paid. You weren't worried about your commission. You weren't worried about you. And what separates great salespeople from salespeople who struggle and what makes sales fun for most people who are great at it and makes sales miserable for people who suck at it is how they align their intent. Okay? You're going to hear this, and I've addressed this so many times, but you need to hear it so many times. You're going to hear people who are so-called sales experts, and they're going to have a super slick talk track, and they're going to have these special techniques for closing and asking for the sale and prospecting and all these other fucking terms. Let me tell you something. You don't need any of that shit. That's old school manipulative selling that is outdated because people's bullshit detector is finely tuned these days. You used to be able to get away with shit like that because people didn't have as much contact as they have now and they were less aware. But now, Everybody's aware because we're constantly interconnected with other humans. So our bullshit detector is finely tuned. We're highly aware. I'm talking to you. You know when you're getting sold. You know when someone's being slick. You know when someone's throwing some bullshit talk track at you. And guess what happens? You put up your guard. Don't you? You know that, right? So what, if you know when you're getting sold, what makes you think that you're so fucking smart that you can fucking sell someone else that way? Sales is very simple. And the reason a lot of you guys struggle with it is because you're trying to follow the old school way. You're trying to develop these manipulative techniques that aren't aligned with what the customer's best interest is, and you're struggling. And you're struggling because it feels weird. And you're struggling because it feels awkward. And you're struggling because it is fucking awkward. And you know it. And the person you're trying to sell knows it. So let's audit our intent. And what I mean by that is this. The next time you have an interaction where you feel like it's going weird, or you're struggling, or you feel a lot of pressure, or you get nervous, throw all the shit out the window that you think you need to say and start genuinely trying to help solve the issue at hand. If there is no real issue at hand, then tell them that. Be honest. Tell them the truth. Because when there is no issue at hand today or no need for your product today, that doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be a need for your product down the road. And guess what? Wouldn't you appreciate if someone told you that you didn't need their product in a sales situation? Wouldn't that build a lot of trust? Wouldn't you call that person the next time you needed whatever it is they're selling because you know they're going to tell you the truth? Sales is fucking easy, guys. It's your intent that fucks it up. When you start worrying about you, when you start worrying about how much you're selling, when you start worrying about how much money you're going to make, when you start worrying about all this shit, your intent is aligned with you, and it's not aligned with your customer. And when you have misaligned intent, it makes things awkward. It makes things hard. It makes things less fun. And guess what else? You make less money. Because people know when you're genuinely trying to solve a problem. People know when you're genuinely trying to help. And they know when your intent and your interests are best aligned with your customers. And that is going to be the way that shit is sold from here until the end of fucking time. Sales, as you think of it, when you think sales and you think of the cheese dick salesman out there, this fucking full of, all these slick lines and all this shit, that shit's over. It's extinct. Are there a few people out there still teaching this shit? Absolutely. They're fucking old. The reason that they're fucking old is because that's how they grew up selling, and they have a hard time selling shit in today's world. They're not understanding the level of awareness that you have and your dad has and your grandma has and your kids have, because we're interconnected in every single fucking way. They're not getting it. Quit worrying about the technique and start worrying about the intent if you want to be successful in sales. That's it. It's that simple. Solve fucking problems. Provide solutions. Help people get better. That is all you have to fucking do. Throw all the other shit aside. Worry about the intent. And when shit gets weird, audit your intent. When shit gets uncomfortable, when shit gets frustrating, when it gets awkward, when it's weird and you're looking at your customer and he's looking at you and you're both looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? Take a minute, take a step back, and get your fucking intent aligned, because that's what's going to make the biggest difference, not only for your business today, but for your long-term business. Because when you genuinely care about the customer and you genuinely help the customer solve a problem, they are more than happy to recommend you and your services to every single other person that might ever need them. This is what playing the long game means. All right? So now we're going to give you an exercise. Okay? So I have my cousin, Dominic, who emails me, texts me, and he's trying to get better at sales. And Dominic's a super fucking social guy. Like, he's very social. He's very easy to like. He's a great kid. Grew up with him. he's got all the tools, but he was telling me, he's like, dude, every time I go into somewhere that they don't know me, like I lock up. Like if my customers know me already, they love me and I do a great job. But when I go in to try to meet them for the first time, I freeze up and it gets all awkward. Okay. All right. So Dominic, I know you've been asking me to help you. I'm going to fucking help you right now. Here's the deal. First off, make sure your intent is in the right spot. All right. Like we just talked about for the last number of minutes. Make sure that your intent is about your customer. It's about serving your customer's needs. Truly. I'm not talking about faking it. I'm not talking about pretending like you're looking out for your customer and then trying to screw them. I'm talking about understanding that you are going to do business with this person for the next 50 fucking years, and you need to do the right thing today so that you can earn their business for the rest of your life. Because when you work that way, business accumulates, it compounds, and eventually 5 or 10 years down the road, you have so much business that you don't even know what to fucking do with. All right, so there's a patience aspect here. But here's the thing. Approaching people is hard, and I understand that. But this is the easiest way that I've learned how to get over that fear. And it sounds stupid, but it works. And what I want you to do, if you have trouble meeting someone or you have trouble with the initial first, meeting or the first interaction or the first, getting to know someone, this is what you got to do. Every single day that you go anywhere, every single day, when you see someone walking down the street or walking towards you, whether it be in the grocery store, whether it be on the street, whether it be wherever it is you go, and they look you and you make eye contact, say hello and ask them a question or pay them a compliment. That's it. Okay? The reason that you have trouble meeting new people and introducing yourself to new people is because we all do that awkward shit where you're walking down the aisle in the grocery store and you see someone and you get like within 5 feet of them and you look at the floor. Okay? That's counterproductive to your skills at sales. That's whenever you should say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I really like that shirt. Where'd you get that? Or whatever it is. Oh, I really like those shoes. Tell me about them. Where'd you get those? Okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to start to engage people very cold. You've never met these people. You don't know who they are. They're going to have a short conversation and you're going to move on. All right? But what this does is it breaks down your fear of the first interaction. And the fear of the first interaction is the one that keeps people from ever getting good at this. Okay? So if you have trouble, if you're awkward, if you have a difficulty engaging initial conversations, what I want you to do is in your everyday life, as simple as this sounds, is I want you to, when you see strangers walking down the street, I want you to say hi to them. Give them a smile. Say, hey, how you doing? Those are cool shoes. Where'd you get those? And just make a short, sweet, and have a little 2-second, 20-second, 30-second conversation. Thanks, man. Have a good day. And move on. That's it. And you got to do it with everybody. You're going to do it with the grandmas. You're going to do it with the other dudes. You're going to do it with the other ladies. You don't just pick and choose. You're going to do it with everybody. And this is the key. You have to do it to everybody because what that's going to do is condition you to learn people's personalities instantly. Okay? Don't just go up to the people that look nice. Go up to the people that look like they'll bite your fucking head off too. And guess what? They might. They might tell you to get fucked. But after you get fucked 5 or 6 or 10, 20 times, you're not going to care anymore. Okay? And that's the point. Most people aren't willing to do this simple exercise to improve their income. If you can improve this exercise and improve your ability to break the ice with strangers, not only will your business life increase and you'll make more money, guaranteed, because most people won't do this. You are guaranteed to make more money over the course of your life, but also your social life will improve. Think if you weren't afraid to talk to that guy or you weren't afraid to talk to that girl and you were just willing to go up and start a conversation. Think about that. Think how that would change your life. Guys, there's so many benefits to doing this, and it's something that most people won't do, and it's very, very simple. All right? So here it is. This is sales. This is it. This is fucking how it is. If you're struggling with sales, the reason you're struggling is because you're getting too caught up in the bullshit fucking old school outdated fucking methods, and you're getting not enough emphasis being put on your intent, which should always be aligned with your customer's best interest, okay? So if you start to stumble, if you start to struggle, if it starts to get weird, step back, ask yourself where your intent is. Where is your intent? Are you worried about the commission you're going to lose or make? Are you worried about your paycheck? Are you worried about your numbers? Or are you worried about serving this customer for the rest of your life? Are you worried about making sure they get the result they're after? Are you worried about making sure that they are extremely happy with the services that you provide? And not only are they happy, but they're so happy that they're going to bring you their network of friends and family. That's a huge deal, guys. It's everything in sales. It's everything. Everything. Okay? And then if you have trouble initiating the first contact, it's real easy. Start talking to strangers. Start saying, hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice shoes, nice shirt. Keep it polite, keep it friendly, close it, move the fuck on, next person you see. And if you do that 5 times a day for a fucking week, I guarantee you, dude, you're going to feel a lot differently. And if you do it 5 times a day for 6 months, you're going to be a fucking monster salesperson. I can promise you that, because most people won't do it. And the key to success, guys, is getting great at the shit most people won't do. And that's it. That's my talk today. Go out, align your intent. Go out, talk to fucking strangers, and your sales skills are going to improve. It sounds simple because it is fucking simple. And that's that.